Okay, so next property is CSS rounded corners property. So rounded corners example. So by using this concept, we can arrange rounded corners for any HTML element. So with CSS3 border radius property, border radius property. So we have to use this property to specify rounded corners, and use this property as rounded like border radius and colon, and we have to give the value like 10 pixel or 20 pixel or 50 pixel, like 100 pixels. Okay, so this property is used to apply the rounded corners for HTML elements like a div element or paragraph, or like a text box. Also we can give the rounded corners for text box. One example, to create one HTML form. Rounded corners. Okay, for example, take one div tag. You can copy the example from, so take this div tag. Okay, and paste here. So one div tag with this content. Okay, so run this example. First of all, there is no styles. Okay, only content is available. So we have to provide some CSS properties by using style tag hash div1. We are applying CSS properties by using id attribute. uh, Border color 2 pixel and solid border, and so here, so we can apply rounded corners in three ways, like first one, rounded corners rounded corner using border color, and the second one is rounded corner using background color.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. I think it's taking time to type the text. I mean, you can go directly do the programming. Many important points will note it down. Is
Okay.
that okay?
Okay, fine.
Okay.
So the difference between hash and dot: hash is used to id selector and dot is used to class. Okay, CSS class name we have to define with dot. and if you want to apply CSS properties by using ID attribute, you have to give this. Okay, so if you want to apply CSS properties by using class attribute, we have to declare the class name with the dot. Okay, so this is the difference between hash and dot. So here we have three ways to apply the rounded corners. Rounded corner using border color, rounded corner using background color, rounded corner using background image. So first of all, rounded border color hash. So select one color and height 300 pixels and width 250 pixels, and next padding 10 pixels. Okay, and margin also 10 pixels. So run this example. Okay, so border is applied, but we have to apply rounded corners. So use border radius property, border radius property, and the value, okay, 20 pixels. So save this and refresh this browser. Okay, so rounded corners is applied, okay, by using border radius property. So we can change this, okay, border radius property, like here you can test it in browser by using inspect element. Okay, so up to 150 pixels we can give the value. Okay, after 150 it will not apply.
If you don't know, like, can you show the code?
Okay,
It's depending upon the border radius, right? In the size should be the variation.
border radius we have to give this. Okay, so only border radius property, remaining as all same.
Okay. Okay. Like it's completely depending upon the border radius. The size should be like the border curves and everything.
Border only
Variation.
curves will apply, only curves.
Okay.
Okay, so remaining border width and border height, okay, border color, okay, border style.
And I would like to know one more thing. Like here, just we are using that dot d1 div1, right? And sometimes just we are using the hash symbol. And what are the variations for that? Like when I was using with the hash, it's not working properly, and instead of that, I was using with the dot, it's working. What are the variations?
We have to we are declaring the class name by using dot, so that we have to use class attribute to apply this class name to, okay, div tag or any HTML element. If you want to use ID selector, use ID attribute here. If you want to apply CSS properties by using ID attribute, we have to you have to define here hash. Okay,
Okay, like for ID purpose, we are using the hash symbol, and for the classes, we are using dot, right?
only dot.
Okay, okay, fine.
Okay, so this is the border color radius property, and next copy this one and paste here same content, and this class name is div2. Okay, so now background color. So we can copy this. Okay, remove this border, background color. Okay, background color and the text color. Okay, triple F white color. So border radius is normal. So this is border color radius property. Okay, rounded corners, background color, rounded corners. So class name is 2. Okay, so background color, rounded corners. So like this background image also we can apply. So this is the rounded corners property in CSS. And next, box shadow property, shadows. Okay, so here we can apply shadows for boxes and text. Okay, so here two properties is there. First one is box shadow property and a text shadow property. Okay, two properties available. This property is used to apply the horizontal shadow and the vertical shadow for boxes. Okay, and next text shadow to specify the horizontal shadow for text. Horizontal shadow for text. So the two properties is there. So like if you want to apply box shadow for this first box, use box shadow property. Okay, for first div, box shadow mm, 10 pixel and 10 pixel like gray. Okay, so run this example. Okay, so shadow is applied here first div. Okay, and you can give the shadows like comma 0 comma 0 0 and 20 pixels. Okay, so this is left side and top side, and the first one is right side and the bottom. So this is right side and bottom, this is left side and the top side. You can give the color also and the comma 0 0 5 pixel. and dark blue.
Like first we given the right and the bottom, right? For the first one.
Right and
And then,
bottom. So
okay,
second one is left and top.
okay. For this one, like 005 pixels.
Yeah, 1 second. 005 pixel is remove this. 5 pixels. Twenty pixels. Okay, so the shadow will be like this. Okay, so if you give this three values, okay, if you give this two values only, so normal shadow is applied. So if you give the third value, okay, the box shadow will be
Like
like
for we are not giving the top value. Like for the
without
we are
top
not giving the
value.
top value. No.
Without tops only right and bottom only. And to apply the text shadow, so for example, create one paragraph.
Come again. Like you are giving the three values like 10 pixels like for the right bottom and the left.
Yeah, right and bottom. This is uh,
Left.
should be like this. Okay, shadow.
Yeah, for the right. I didn't get you. Like it's for first for the 10 pixels is on the right side and the 10
Right.
for the bottom. And what about the 20? 20 is for the border radius or for what?
Um, box shadow style is there. Okay, uh, in opacity.
Uh,
Like you can check here. Okay, so first of all, box shadow will be like this. If you give the values, okay, shadow will be like this.
it's going to be blur,
Okay.
light blur.
Mm, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, blur.
Okay. It's not like it's not depending upon the left side. Just for it's for the
It's for
blurriness.
blurriness
Not
only.
the
Mm.
okay. Why? Because the values are like for right left. Sorry, for right bottom, left and the top, right?
If
So
you
that's
want
the
to
reason.
top,
Okay.
if you want to top and left also, give the value.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, comma and 10 pixel, and if you want to blur, you can give the value. Otherwise, give the color.
Okay. Like we can make for the glass image like we can use for the background glass image also, right?
Background image.
Yeah.
Background image also you can like this. 10 pixel. Okay, so next for text shadow, so create one paragraph. This is sample paragraph. using element selector, text shadow, like 1 pixel and 1 pixel, 2 pixel, and black color shadow. So run this. Okay, so paragraph text shadow should be like this. Okay, so shadow is applied for text. Okay, so shadow, text shadow, go to inspect element and you can increase this value, text shadow blurriness. Okay, okay, shadow is coming like this, and second one is okay, so it is move to right side. And this is bottom moving, and this is blurriness. Okay, so for text shadow we can use this. So these are the two properties for apply the shadows for text and boxes. And next, border image property. Border image property. So border image property allows you to specify an image to the image, specify an image to be used instead of the normal border around an element. So like I'll show an example. Border image property. Okay, so border image property. So this is the border image. Okay, so this is the original image. So we can use this image as a border for any content by using border image property. So this is the HTML example. Okay, so this is original image, and we are using this image as border for this content. We go to inspect. Okay, paragraph. So for paragraph, border 10 pixel solid and transparent border, but border image property is there. URL border.png. Okay, so this is the image, original image, and 30 and stretch. So it will fix it to the paragraph. Okay, so this is the example. So paragraph, our example paragraph, and this is the original image. So I want to apply this image as a border for this paragraph, and by using ID selector. Okay, ID selector, return some CSS properties, border 10 pixels, solid and transparent border. Next, padding 15 pixel, and web border image, and border image, and border image. Okay, so this property is only executed in the Safari browser. So this property is executed in Opera. This property, border image property, okay, executed in Chrome and IE and Firefox also. Okay, so this property supports only Opera. This property supports only Safari. Okay, so the output should be like this. Okay, so border image property. Next, CSS. Next, animations using CSS. So by using CSS animations, you can change many CSS properties. You can change as many CSS properties you want, as many times you want, as many times you want. So okay, we can create animations by using CSS properties. So animation example. So open this. Okay, here one div tag is there. Okay, so run this example first. Okay, so div is moving like this. So when you run the example form, so the div is moving like this, like animation. Okay, so if you want to do like this, write some CSS properties, like first of all div properties. Okay, div width 100 pixel, height 100 pixel, and border color red, and position relative. And this is web animation mode and web animation duration, animation name, and animation duration. So these properties supports only Chrome, Safari, Opera, and this property supports remaining browsers. Okay, so this is the name of animation. Example is the name of animation. So this animation is created here. Okay, so this is the animation. So this is executed, okay, when you run the application. So WebKit keyframes example. So example is the animation name. So when 0% div, so background color red, and left 0 pixel and top also 0 pixels. This is the position of div tag. So when div is in 25 pixels, 25%, so background color is yellow, and left is moved to 200 pixels, and top is 0. So when div is 50%, so background color is changed to blue, and left is moved to 200 pixels, and top also moved to 200 pixels to the bottom. Okay, and 75%. So background color is green.
For bottom?
So bottom, from top to bottom 200 pixels moved.
Okay.
After 75 pixels, left to 0 pixel and top 200 pixels, and again, so it is more, it is in 100 percentage, background color red, and left 0, top also 0. Okay, this is the starting position. Okay, 0 pixel, 0 pixel. So refresh this. Okay, so this is moving. Okay, see here. Where it is. Okay, so this is the CSS properties. So refresh this. Okay, so first of all, this one is executing. After this, div move to right side at 25%. This is applied, and this is when div is moved to the bottom. So this is applied. When this 75% is move, when moving right side to left side, this is applied. When moving bottom to top, okay, these colors are applied. Okay, yellow color, blue color, green color, and finally red color. Okay, so this is the standard syntax, like this same. Okay, so like we can create the animations like this. So we have to use this WebKit properties.
If you don't, can you get down the, can you scroll down once?
Hmm.
Yeah, well, actually, the 50% is for the left equal to 200 pixels and the top is 200, right?
Hmm.
Instead of that, we are using for the bottom, just we are going to the bottom, right? From left to bottom. And why we are using the top?
From top to bottom 200 pixels. So moving to bottom, right?
Oh, okay, okay. From the top. Okay, got it, got it.
From the top to moving to bottom. So that
Okay,
200 pixels.
okay.
Okay, and next, and finally, pseudo elements in CSS, pseudo classes. Pseudo elements. So by using pseudo elements, styles, pseudo elements, uh, pseudo elements is used to style specified parts of an element. Specified parts of an element. Okay, so for example, so there is one example paragraph, right? Like 10 lines of paragraph. So one paragraph contains 10 lines. So if you want to apply only first line text color, if you want to change the first line color only, okay, so that we can use pseudo classes. And if you want to apply last line, if you want to change the last line color, so that also we can use pseudo element. So for example, we'll create an HTML form. Pseudo element, so paragraph with some content. Okay, so run this one first. Okay, we have 4 lines of paragraph is there. Okay, 3 lines of paragraph. So but I want to change, okay, I want to display change the first line color. Okay, only first line color, so that we can use pseudo elements by using element selector. Okay, first line, text color red color. Okay, so run this example. Only first line is applied. Okay, red color. If you want to apply for only last line, you can use the last line. First line marker, first letter, or save selection. So last line we can't apply, but if you have list items, okay, list items, EL, LI, okay, number of list items is there. So if you want to apply last list item, if you want to change the last list item color and the first list item color, you can use last child and first child. The CT1 and CT2, CT3, CT4, CT5. Okay, 5 cities is there. So if you want to apply first list item color and last list item color, UL first child red color and UL last child. Last child. UL first child and last child. So all items are same color, orange color. Here last child, here first child. Orange. Okay, so first one is applied, and last tail. Okay, so like this we can apply the first and last. Okay, we can change the first and last items.
If I want to take out the dotted symbols, like how can I do that?
If you want to,
Having some dotted symbols, right, for the dot city one,
mm,
or how can I take out the dots there?
so you can't do that. You can't do that. If you want to remove the dots, you can use some CSS list item style, list item, list style type, list style type none. Okay, so that we can remove this dots. Okay, so for last one also like same. Okay.
Okay, like for the list style type, none. If you give like that, the dotted symbols will be okay. Okay.
List.
Okay, I got it. I got it. What is it? List style type, none. Okay.
List style type. Okay, so these are the CSS concepts, and so please complete the assignments.